This is Natsuki from Japan. So apparently this is my first time to joining Keith Andrew's show. So I'm very excited to talk with him. So enjoy the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and you're watching the Keith Andrew Network. The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. To prove to them it can still amount to something. So hashtag break the labels. That being said, 27 minutes of your time, half hour if we go over. It is freedom of speech, self-expression. You can talk about anything you want. Ask me anything. I have no cards up my sleeves. But the first thing I want to say, the following is brought to you by Anime Adventures. If you're into anime, definitely check out Anime Adventures. Make sure to hit the like button on YouTube and Facebook to be notified of brand new episodes. So the Keith Andrew Network, it's up and available. So with that being said, today it's a very special episode. We are here live from Japan because this is our international episode. We're here live from Japan with our beautiful guests. I want to say thank you for being with us.
Hello everyone, this is Natsuki, and thank you so much for having me, Keith. I'm so happy to be here.
No, the honor's all mine. So I'm going to ask you some easy questions, then we can go to the hard-hitting ones. So the first question I want to ask you is, when you were in college, were you a study nerd or party animal?
Such a nice question. I think I would say I was something between. I would say I was something between. I was very serious student to study subject, something I'm very much interested in. For example, psychology or social sciences and so forth. And because I went to a college in Tokyo, in Japan, and during that time period, when I was a student, this is kind of a old Japanese culture, and then not many students are very serious to study in college, school, unfortunately. And I would say I was one of those. And then I spent most of my time traveling to New York while I was in college. So I think I visited New York more than 6 times when I was in college during 4 years.
Hey, the next time.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's such a shocking question. I never expected the question like this. What a good one.
But the thing about my show is I watch, like Bill O'Reilly, Bill Maher. So I want it to be funny, upbeat. I don't want it to be the same cookie cutter portfolio, copy and paste. I want it to be different and spontaneous. So
right. This is your spontaneous question, and it works well. And I'm a little nervous because I'm kind of revealing myself. Because yes, I was not a good student, honestly, but it was okay, I think. I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, it's freedom of speech, so you can ask me anything. So the next one I want to ask you is, what was it like growing up in Japan, and how would you compare it to the US? Is there some similarities? Is there some differences?
Yeah, Thank you. Very cool question. Very nice question. Actually, I need a whole one day to talk about this. But first, I would say that me as a Japanese, when I live in US, and then when I work for the US company in US, every American people kindly told me that, oh, Natsuki, you from Japan, and Japanese people are very kind, polite, and Japan is very clean. And then they gave me such a nice compliment, such a kind words. And then I really appreciate of it. Yeah, definitely they've met a very kind Japanese people. And then, yes, I agree that Japanese people in general are very nice. I mean, they're kind and polite. And at the same time, for me, I want to say the same to the American people and everybody in the world. I mean, for me, the American people is very kind, and even the New Yorkers very kind. Because when I was in the college, I visited New York several times, and then me having a very big suitcase, it's very heavy, and I'm very struggling to climbing. I mean, using the stairs at the John F. Kennedy Airport, and then many people wanted to help me. Many people say, "Oh, you need some help," and then someone brought my heavy luggage. I mean, when I need some help. So for me, the American people is very nice, polite, and kind, and friendly, open-minded. So one of my findings, based on my experience, is that it's totally up to the individuals. Or you see many kind, nice people, not only in Japan, but also in the US and everywhere in the world. So yeah, that's my understanding. Yes.
It's funny. Everyone's like, when you walk up to foreigners, like, oh, do you speak English? They always say no, but then they're like, oh, we know the word sail. And it's funny, everyone knows that has to be universal. Everyone knows the word sail.
Sail?
Sail.
Sail. Okay, what is sail?
Oh, sale, like this is on sale.
Sale. Oh, sale. On sale. On sale in the shopping.
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes, we use no. We use sale on sale in Japan too.
And it's really, everyone, it's really funny. It's like, oh, have you ever been to Woodbury Commons? You can be anywhere in the entire world. Like, you're from Japan. As soon as you mention Woodbury Commons, biggest tourist attraction. Have you ever been there?
Have I ever been where?
To Woodbury Commons. It's a giant outdoor. It's the second biggest mall in North America.
Oh, really? I never been there.
No, it's really nice during the summer, spring, somewhat fall. Never go there in the winter because it's outdoor and you got to freeze your ass off.
Oh, outdoor. Wild. Wow, but I definitely want to go in summer. Okay.
No, absolutely. And if you're ever in the area, we should definitely hang out to get lunch or something.
Yeah, sounds good. Wonderful.
Now, the other question I want to ask you, last easy question, is did you ever do any sports?
Oh,
and
yes.
Are you a fan of human pyramids?
Okay, first of for the first question, I used to play tennis. I was a serious tennis player where I was playing, chronologically, when I was in the elementary school, I was a big fan of this anime on TV. This lady in the anime, this lady is a high school student and she is a very good tennis player. So I've always watched this TV program, anime program, and then just imitating her movement. and then I finally became a junior high school student, and then I joined a tennis club. And then in the high school, I played tennis. I kept playing tennis too. And yes, actually, it was fun. And yeah, actually, I was, I think I was not super professionally good to doing tennis, but at least I was good at playing tennis in my high school. And I beated senior students. And then I got a number one. How can I say? I was a number one tennis player in the high school, in the female group. So I'm proud of it. And then, but after I became a college student, once again, I was something between a serious study student and a party person. So, and then always flying to New York. So I stopped playing tennis. But how can I say? But even after now, I sometimes enjoy playing tennis. I'm a big fan of tennis. And now my hero in tennis is Novak Djokovic. You know Novak Djokovic?
I heard
Djokovic
about
is
him.
yes, you should check. And he's playing in the how can I say? What's the famous tennis court stadium in New York? I mean, it's a Long Island. I forgot. Something
Yeah, I have no idea.
Really, every year they have a world tennis tour in New York, Long Island, New York, and I saw him, Novak Djokovic, there when I was in New York. So anyway, Novak Djokovic is such a wonderful tennis player, and it's very good. He's very good. And so, responding to your second question, I never did a human pyramid. I have not yet, but it would be nice. but I'm a heavy, physically I'm heavy, so I should be a very somewhere at the bottom or the middle. If I became a very top of the pyramid, everybody feels very heavy because of me.
I love that stuff.
So how about you? Have you ever?
I always wanted to and never found the right group of people.
What do you mean the right group?
I was so,
for an example, can trust.
Well, that too. But you know, what I mean by the right group is I always found people say, no one does human pyramids. They're stupid, they're weird, they're lame. No one does that. So I always found people who always thought I was weird. And I'm like, okay, you know, that's why I turn it into a subject for the show. It's like, I like talking about it. We're going to talk about it. When I was younger, I never found the right group of people that were supportive of thinking outside the box. But it is on my things to do list. I know, I love that stuff. I'm a loser.
No. I mean, it sounds like, so let's talk about you. I mean, first of all, thank you so much for giving me such a wonderful question. And then because if I don't have a question from you, I have never had a chance to, how can I say, remember my younger food. And it's such a very wonderful time. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to think back my life and sharing myself to the world and to you. And I would like to talk about you. I mean, I would like to know more about you because, I think I kind of understand that you said you never met someone who think outside of the box, or or you have not have a chance to experience a good teamwork. And would you please tell me more about your childhood? When, where did you born and when did you grow up? Where did you grow up? You born and grow up in New York?
All right. Well, I can answer it, but I would like you to answer it too. But for an example, I was conceived on Long Island, but I was born and raised in upstate New York.
Oh, cool. Nice place, I guess.
It is. Yeah, my parents got tired of Long Island, so they just wanted.
Oh, but Long Island is not, you're lucky actually. Long Island and upstate New York, those are my favorite places actually. Okay, go on.
And I would say I'm the youngest out of 4 brothers and 1 sister. And it's pretty much, like this, what I was saying in the beginning, I like to prove to people that labels do not dictate who you are. So doing the show and doing all these different challenges, I like to say I never had anyone who took the time to make an impression on my life. Even if they did, they came, they went, but it didn't really make a solid impression. Like, I'm going to sit down with you and make sure this sinks in. So when I do the show, I want to be that type of person who makes an impression on you. Like, I hope I made a good impression on you. And, it's just, I'm like, there's a wrestler, professional wrestler named CM Punk. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. He walks to the beat of his own drum. And I'm like, oh, I can relate to that. That's what I do. So I try not to be a carbon copy of, like I mentioned, Bill Maher or Bill O'Reilly. I try to be myself, but I also try to incorporate different things and different characteristics. Like, one of my favorite anime is Dragon Ball. And so I walk around with the pride and arrogance of Vegeta, but I also have the heart as Son Goku. And of course, I know I am stupid and naive, and I'm optimistic, right? Would say things at a left field, like catch people off guard. And I'm like, well, I'm just being me. I'm being legit. I'm being real. I'm not putting on a face and pretending to be someone who I'm not. But I just like, I don't know, I could say it's a family trait. I don't like taking orders. So if I feel comfortable doing something, I will go and do it. For an example, people are like, oh, when they need a job, they just go and apply. I don't do that. For me, I would go into the store. I would not like scout it. I would just look around, size it up, and like, okay, it has a good feel to it, has a good energy. And it says, okay, I can make this work. If I go into the store and it's loud and it's too much energy, I'm like setting myself up for failure, even though I can write a book about how many times I did that already. But I try to be me. And now passing it over to you, what are you, like the oldest, the youngest?
Cool. You are a very bold person. You are very brave and you are very honest to yourself. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. And it sounds like, so my question would be, why you love, how can I say, this masculine thing? You like a wrestler? You want to be a wrestler?
Oh, wrestler.
Yes, wrestler.
There was a time, but I can't see without my glasses. So I can be like a ring announcer. I can be a referee, timekeeper, manager.
Cool.
So I was very interested in the World Wrestling Federation, the WWF, or as it is now, WWE, at the age of 4. So that had an impact on me. No, it's whatever, when you, interests. I like Power Rangers, but I never took martial arts. Or, Yeah, I like those pyramid stuff. I never took, gymnastics. But, out of everything, the wrestling seemed more realistic of something that I can do because I have diarrhea of the mouth. I don't stop talking. So I'm like, okay, well, that's something I can do and something I'm good at.
What's
Absolutely. Now, I do have two questions for you, then we can talk off the air. The first one is social media. How can people get in touch with you? And I want you to be brutally honest. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what made you say yes? How do you feel now? And would you recommend it to other people?
Oh, I feel good. I mean, it's such a fun. And honestly, I mean, fun. And I'm a little nervous because I'm kind of a shy person. So I'm not really, showing myself to the world. I mean, of course, I talk about myself to my close people, but so this is my very first time I'm talking about myself, responding to your question in the social media. So in that sense, I'm a little nervous, but on the other hand, I really appreciate you give me this such a wonderful opportunity to connect with you and talk with you. And thank you so much for sharing yourself with me and with the world. And yes, I highly recommend for everybody on this planet Earth to talk with, connect with Keith and talk with Keith. And then we will help each other and contribute to each other and grow together and world peace. And then, yes.
Well, wrapping up our talk show, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road. I just want to say thank you for your time.